Hi, I'm Jen Barney with Meringue Bakery in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and it's springtime here, and I am in the mood to make tarts. At the bakery, I have a recipe that is so easy. I use it consistently throughout the year, and I want to share it with you because it's that good. It is a Greek yogurt tart, and the key here is the tart shell because it's so simple to make. It's 5 ingredients. It comes together within a minute, and it's this sweet, caramely, salty crust. And we're pairing it with a Greek yogurt filling that is smooth and creamy and tangy. It's the perfect pairing. Let's just dive on it. I can't wait to show you how to make this. These ingredients come together really fast. It's 1 cup of flour into a mixing bowl, half a cup of sugar, 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter, a pinch of salt, maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon, and a little bit of vanilla, maybe about 1 teaspoon. All I'm doing is simply mixing this with a fork. This would be a great way to incorporate kids into the kitchen. Now that this dough is fully mixed, the next step is to simply press this into a tart shell. I prefer to use a tart pan like this with a removable bottom. If you needed to at home, you could just use a pie pan. That would be perfectly acceptable. Because there's so much butter in here, I don't need to pre-butter the pan, so you just put it on in. In my career, I've seen a lot of recipes that call for cold butter that gets cut into the flour when you're making a tart. And the idea here is that makes it a flaky tart crust. But man, let me tell you, this melted butter is just as flaky, and I don't understand the science behind it, but it's a lot easier and it's just as fantastic. The amount of tart crust on here is just perfect for this 9-inch tart shell. This has taken me about 2 minutes to accomplish. I just have all of this tart crust pressed up as evenly as possible in this tart pan. The next step is a little bit unusual, but it does help with the final product. I have a piece of parchment paper that I pre-cut, and it's about the same size as this tart pan. I'm going to place this in here. And so this is another baker's secret. It's baking beans, and these are just dried out beans that you buy at the store. That you use just for pies and tarts. The idea behind the beans are that you put them in the tart shell and it helps the sides from collapsing before it fully bakes. It's a great tip. And you can reuse these beans over and over and over again. So I have a container in the bakery and I just keep reusing these same old dry beans over and over again. Baking this tart shell takes 2 steps. First, at 350 degrees, I'm putting this into the oven with the beans for about 10 minutes. I'm looking for it to par bake until the sides are strong enough that they don't need those beans anymore. Then I take it out from the oven, I remove all the beans, and I put it back into the oven, same temp, 350 degrees, for about another 10 to 15 minutes to bake all on its own. And I'm looking for it to caramelize and get this beautiful brown buttery color. It's been 15 minutes in the oven, and this tart shell is perfectly par-baked. The next step is to get rid of these baking beans. Remember that parchment round? It comes in handy right now because it's really easy for me to scoop out these beans. It's time to take out this piece of parchment paper back into the oven for about 15 more minutes. Like I said before, we're looking for this to turn into a beautiful golden brown. Look at how beautiful and brown and gorgeous this is. This filling is a breeze. Anybody can do it. Let's talk yogurt. Today I'm using a whole milk Greek yogurt, but, and this is a big but because this is a chameleon recipe, you could use any type of material that's the same consistency as this yogurt. What I mean by that is you could use reduced fat yogurt of any flavoring of your preference. You could use even fat-free if you wanted to. It wouldn't be as luxurious and silky as a whole milk yogurt. You could even use sour cream in this recipe if you wanted to. It takes 1 pound of yogurt to make a 9-inch tart. I'm measuring out my 1 pound. I have a 1/4 cup of sugar, 3 whole eggs. For flavoring, I have about a teaspoon of vanilla and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But I'm just going to eyeball this one just a little bit. 5 ingredients in a bowl, and I'm whisking until it's fully combined. This goes back into a 350 degree oven. The goal here is to cook it until it's set but still jiggly. It should take about 15 to 20 minutes. But you know what, every oven is different. I would say set your oven for 15 minutes and then check it every 5 minutes after that. In the end, this tart took me about 20 minutes to cook at a 350-degree temperature. Right now, it is fully chilled and it's ready to pop out of this tart shell. Look how easy that's coming up. That is good news. Do you know what would be perfect on a yogurt tart? Fruit and honey. Today I'm putting strawberries over the top of this and drizzling honey over the top. The final step here is the honey. Thank you so much for letting me show you how to make this really tasty, ridiculously simple yogurt tart. I'm Jen Barty with Meringue Bakery. If this video made you happy, give us a like, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.